This is Dr. Srikanth from Team MDS Conquer. Now I'll be talking about periodontal pocket in detail. So coming to the first question, how much should be the depth of the sulcus to be called as a pocket? So normal sulcus depth is in and around like 2 to 3 millimeters, which we have already discussed. Okay, so in an ideal environment without any bacteria, the sulcus depth should be 0 millimeters. So clinical depth is clinically the normal depth ranges from 2 to 3 millimeters, right? So there is something called as histological depth. Okay, histological depth is 1.8 millimeters. So here is when it is called as pocket. So when it is called as pocket, when it crosses this level. So whenever it is more than 3 millimeters, it is called as pocket. Okay, I hope it's very clear to you. So the next question moves on the difference between the gingival pocket and periodontal pocket. These are the common terms which we regularly hear. So there is something called as gingival pocket. Gingival pocket is also called as pseudo pocket, right? So gingival pocket is also called as pseudo pocket. And if you take your structure, okay, that is your tooth, okay, into consideration, and if you think, okay, like, okay, so this is 2 to 3 millimeters. So the distance from the CG, this is cement enamel junction to this, the tip or the end, right? So the tip of the probe or end of the probe is called as loss of attachment. Whereas the depth from the marginal gingiva, this is marginal gingiva, right? So this is marginal gingiva. Marginal gingiva to that of the tip of the probe is called as depth of the pocket. So clear, you have to be very clear about these two terms. The first term is the depth of the pocket. So depth of the pocket starts from marginal gingiva to the tip of the probe. Whereas loss of attachment starts from cemento-enamel junction to the tip of the probe. Okay, so this is the basic difference that you have to make a note. The depth of the pocket is from the marginal gingiva to that of the tip of the pocket, whereas loss of attachment is from the cement-enamel junction to that of the tip of the probe, right? So this is important. So whereas your pseudo pocket is the growing of marginal gingiva, means this will grow. This grows on, like in a simple definition of this gingival pocket is basically due to the enlargement of gingiva without causing any destruction here, without causing any destruction in the periodontal tissue. Okay, so it is basically due to the bulk of gingival growth in the opposite direction to that of the pocket. That is called as gingival pocket. The second terminology is called as periodontal pocket. So what is periodontal pocket? Periodontal pocket is basically due to the destruction of the periodontal tissues. Okay, so destruction of the periodontal tissues, it goes in this particular direction, which is going to further loosen the tissue, and finally the tooth is going to exfoliate. So that is the difference between the periodontal pocket and pseudo pocket. So gingival pocket is pseudo pocket, which is due to the enlargement of gingiva, and periodontal pocket is a normal pocket, which is due to the destruction of the periodontal tissue. So this is the difference between the periodontal pocket and the gingival pocket. The next goes different types of pockets. So they can ask you a diagram based question around this. So that is basically a simple pocket one, which is on one surface, and the second one is you can make a note of complex or spiral pocket. Complex or spiral pocket is nothing but it starts at one surface and it opens at other surface. Spirally it's going to start at one surface and opens at other surface, or it's a complex pocket. Okay, so it is most commonly seen in the case of furcation areas. Whereas compound pocket is two surface, similar like your compound caries, simple caries, complex caries. You have simple pocket on one surface, compound pocket on two surface, and complex pocket is also called a spiral pocket, which starts at one surface and ends at other surface. You have to make a note of other term that is called as combined pocket. So combined pocket is nothing but it's a combination of your gingival pocket plus the periodontal pocket. So already learned, right? So gingival pocket is basically due to enlargement of this area, that is called as marginal gingiva. Whereas periodontal pocket is destruction of this area, that is called as periodontal tissue. When you have both, that is enlargement in this direction and enlargement in destruction in this direction, then that is called as combined pocket. Don't get confused. Complex pocket, compound pocket, combined pocket, and simple pocket. I hope that's very clear. The next goes, as already discussed, about the gingival pocket, which doesn't have any destruction in the periodontal tissue. Is basically due to the growth of gingival tissue. The next goes the supra bony pocket. Okay, supra bony pocket is, you can see the bony loss. Supra bony pocket is also called as, the other terms of this supra bony pocket are supra crustal, also called as supra alveolar. Okay, so regularly if you see the base of the pocket, if you see the base of the supra bony pocket, the base of the supra bony pocket is coronal to that of the alveolar bone. Okay, whereas the base of the infra bony pocket is apical. You can see this is here, this is apical. So that is the difference between the supra bony pocket and the infra bony pocket, or if you call it as intra bony pocket also. Okay, the other terms of this infra bony pocket are, it is also called as intra bony pocket, also called as subcrustal, also called as intra alveolar. Right? I hope it's very, very clear about the different types of pockets, and they can ask you diagram based questions too. So please